Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jose's Totally Rad Life. I'm Jose, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a mixtape in the year 2025. Coming up next.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So I first wanted to start off with, so it's going to be the 1 year anniversary of my channel here in October. August, September, so October 2nd is going to be the 1 year anniversary of my channel. Wait. Alright, it's July. So remember that playlist I created called Oh, the Places You Will Go? So I'm going to be showing you guys my process today of how I make a mixtape onto a cassette in the year 2025. And I'm going to try to include a link down below to the actual playlist itself. But so I'm going to show you guys my process. You guys are going to notice there's a song on the mixtape called Automatic by Miranda Lambert. And the reason that song is on here is because it's one of my mom's favorite songs, and the song really encapsulates a lot of the things that my channel is about. So, you know, being, well, not just retro, but literally doing things the way they did back in the 80s, you know, using a Polaroid camera. There's a line in there. It's, come on, let's take a picture, the kind you have to shake. And so, with that playlist, Oh, the Places You Will Go, I've taken Polaroid pictures of the various places I've been throughout the year. Like, here are some pictures of Record Benders. Here's some pictures of me at the arcade with Tron and Galaga, and then here we are at Hooters. So let's go over and I'll show you guys my setup. So this is my setup here. We have a blank cassette, a Maxell cassette that we will be recording onto. And the way we'll be doing that is we will be connecting it directly to my computer using this 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I don't remember exactly how to get the sound to start coming in through there. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so bear with me. I'm gonna put the camera down and figure out what's what, since I haven't done this in a while, and we'll both learn this together. So, but first, what I want to show you guys are going to be able to actually listen to this yourselves. I'm going to try to include a link to it down below, but I can't promise that it'll allow me to. But so this is, I did make this public so you can find it, you know, directly. Later, I'm going to do a separate video as a guide to why I chose these songs, and what they mean to me. But for right now, let's get this thing hooked up. Alright, you guys, so before we even start recording, I have everything plugged in and set up here so we can record directly off of the computer. So before we even open the tape, I want to show you guys some stuff. So I have the input level right here. I have it sitting just right above, or right under 4, right under 4 right there. And what this does is when I press play, see how the lights, so really quick here. When I hit the space bar here, starting the playlist, you will start seeing these lights glowing. And what you don't want when making a mixtape is there is red right up here. What I'm going to do this for example. What you do not want is you do not want it to start going into the red. You'll see here it says level indicator. And it'll say +3, +6, +3, +6. It says dB right there, which means decibels. Now, what happens when you are recording onto a cassette and it looks like this and it goes into the red like this? What happens is whatever it is that you are recording onto the cassette will, if it's in the red like this, it's going to sound really muffled, really bad, and really distorted. I have it set here for C, 90 minutes. And what that means is if you look right here, you will see that this cassette has a time limitation of 90 minutes, so 135 minutes. It's not actually recording right now anything. I have it paused. But so you never want it like this. I have Dolby noise reduction turned on. If you remember that video I did earlier about this and about what Dolby does. So if we turn Dolby off, your recording is going to have playback hiss, and tape. Magnetic tape naturally is going to have hiss. And what Dolby noise reduction does is by switching this on, it's almost like taking the magnetic white noise, like the sound, and hushing that and allowing the music to really come through. So what we don't want is we don't want it to be in the red. We don't want it in the red like this. What we want is we want to keep it just below. We want to keep it right about here at 4, right there. And see how it's not going into the red? See how it's staying just below? And it's just casually peaking up to these zeros right here. That's what we want. And that's how you're going to get the best sound quality out of a cassette in the year 2025. And really quick here, I just want to give you guys a rundown or a guide as to what songs are going to be on here. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try to include a link down below, but this is what it's going to look like. Like I said, this is public, so you can very easily find it. But you might be wondering why I chose these songs. For starters, the reason that I picked the Cheers theme song is because every time I would go to Hooters and visit Crystal, it felt like an episode of Cheers. You know, I went so frequently that Crystal and everybody that worked there at that time knows my name, you know? So if you've ever watched Cheers, the TV show, the thing is where everybody knows your name. And actually, let me go get something really quick. So really quick here, we have my briefcase. We have my briefcase that I keep my cassettes in, right? And once again, here's the QR code. Here is the QR code for my channel. And here is my logo. You guys may remember seeing this a couple of times in the Hooters videos. But so I got a brand new backpack. These are my earbuds, my wireless earbuds. But so the reason that I chose the Cheers theme song as the first song on there, here you can see this pin that I very deliberately put on this backpack, and everything that you see on this backpack I use for my gear. For example, so this is going to be my camera bag, right? When I go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and I have to take my my vlogging kit, this is the bag I'm going to use for that. And each thing on here I put on here for a very specific reason. Like I just said, the first song is the Cheers theme song, and every time I would go to Hooters, I felt like I was on a real life episode of Cheers, like with Crystal and Kari and Kendra and Abby. So that's why that song is there. Obviously, cassettes have time limits, but here it says Mixtape Master. I would like to think that with how long I've been doing this, I am pretty much a master of making a pretty good mixtape. So we got that. We got my smartphone vlogging kit, and I have my headphones plugged in right here. Now, obviously, with digital streaming, we can have an infinite number of songs, but you're gonna see that the second song is "Just a Girl" by No Doubt. The reason that I put that song as the second song is because I like to think of it as Crystal's theme song. You know, she has used this song before in some of her posts on social media, and because of that connection, I have with her, that friendship that I have with her, this song is very sentimental to me and ties back to the very first time that I met her. We have the theme song called "Take on the World." You know, with the support of you guys around me, and the support of my friends and my parents and my siblings and my community, I feel like I can take on the world. So thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. The next song is "Fire Burning." And the reason I put that on here is it's just meant to be a fun throwback song, throwback to the 2000s. And, you know, I really like the bass line of that song. I like the beat, and this song also reminds me of Crystal. Crystal just has this, I don't really know how to describe it, but she's got this way about her that, you know, doesn't matter what she's doing, she lights up a whole room, whether it be her laugh or any number of the things that I pointed out in the shout out video to her. She's just incredibly funny, and she's definitely, in terms of my friend groups, she's definitely a very unique individual, and I mean that in the best possible way. The reason I have chosen the song "Better in Stereo" is because I feel like I'm a lot better with the help of my community and those who have really lifted me up to where I am today. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. So I feel like my life is made better because of the people that surround me. And I surround myself with the best possible people that I can, that really help take me from here and help me elevate up to here and reach my goals. And that includes my family, especially my family. That includes my siblings, my coworkers at work, my friends. You know who you are. The reason I put the song Everywhere You Look on here is because, like, it's quite literal. Everywhere I look around me, you know, just I find joy in the simplest of things on a day-to-day basis, you know. And this is the Fuller House theme song. You can see here it's by Carly Rae Jepsen. So obviously I did not grow up with the original TV show Full House, but I can remember when the TV show Fuller House came out and Bob Saget came back and John Stamos came back. And I remember watching Fuller House with my parents, who grew up with the original Full House, and it's that shared experience that really gets me emotional. The reason that I have chosen the song Secrets on there is because it's a very nostalgic song for me. I remember first hearing it in a movie in the 2000s called The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nicolas Cage. So I wanted to put that on there. The Night We Met is also one of those songs. I had never heard the song before until I met Crystal. So the song The Night We Met has sentimental ties to Crystal. The next song, When Can I See You Again, is not only a throwback to Wreck-It Ralph, but anytime I spend time with my friends, whether it be at Hooters or at work, or whether it be spending time with my family, you know, I really, really love that stuff and find myself asking, when can I see you again? You know, when can we do this again? The next song, so When Can I See You Again is going to be the last song on the first side. So after that, we are going to want to flip it over and start recording the second side. And that is going to start with We Are the World 25 for Haiti. Now, some of you may remember my We Are the World video. And so if you've seen that video, you will know what the song We Are the World means to me. The next song is called Now or Never by Bon Jovi and Pitbull. As a kid who grew up in the early 2000s, the song It's My Life has very nostalgic, exceedingly deeply rooted nostalgic feelings for me. I remember growing up and hearing that song a lot. And so that's why this song is on here. But I think it's unique, this collaboration that he did with Pitbull, called Now or Never, where it takes a song like It's My Life and it introduces it to a whole new generation. Up next, we have the lead single from Steve Perry's Comeback album. Now, when that happened, it was huge for me. You know, no one had heard Steve Perry sing since... Nobody had heard Steve Perry sing anything since 1996 when he put out Trial by Fire with Journey. You know, he had injured his hip in Hawaii, and so, you know, even Steve wasn't sure if he was going to come back to music. But I'm so glad that he's back. Up next, Huey Lewis and the News. Let's go. We got Her Love Is Killing Me. Huey Lewis and the News released a album fairly recently. I think it was in early 2018, called Weather. And sadly, well, not sadly, I guess it's bittersweet, I guess. The sad part about it is it would be Huey Lewis's last album that they would put out before Huey got diagnosed with Meniere disease. But, you know, it's like, well, I'm not sure if at this point it's two generations, but so my parents grew up during the 80s and listened to artists like Steve Perry and Billy Joel, Huey Lewis and the News, Def Leppard, Journey, Tears for Fears, and New Kids on the Block, for example, just to name a few. And so the fact that these guys that my parents listened to are putting out brand new music is, I'm sure it's nostalgic for my parents, and it's exciting for me because I appreciate the stuff that came before. Pardon me. I appreciate the music that they put out before, but it is now something that I can latch onto. And really quick, before we get to Def Leppard's song, SOS Emergency, I want to show you guys something regarding Huey Lewis. Up next, we have Def Leppard's song from their most recent album, SOS Emergency. I said it before and I'll say it again. I absolutely love Def Leppard. Def Leppard and Journey, as you may recall, was the very first concert I ever went to. So the fact that Journey and Def Leppard both released brand new studio material the exact same year in 2022 really means a lot to me. And the same goes for You Got the Best of Me. Goes without saying. The Girl That I Call Home. I'm not going to get into the meaning of that one. It's a little self-explanatory. Here we are. Automatic by Miranda Lambert. The lyrics to Automatic by Miranda Lambert really encapsulate a lot of the things that I'm all about on this channel. You know, whether it be taking pictures with the Polaroid camera or recording a mixtape onto a blank cassette. You know, these are things that my parents' generation did, and because you cannot put an infinite amount of songs on a cassette, there are time constraints and limitations. So that's why this is the soundtrack of My Totally Rad Life, Season 1, because it is a recap of things that have happened over the first year of my YouTube channel. Now I'm actually thinking about getting more blank tapes so I can make a whole series of these to celebrate the anniversaries of my YouTube channel. Up next, we got a collaborative song by New Kids on the Block called Bring Back the Time, featuring Salt and Peppa, Rick Astley, and In Vogue. Such a cool song. We got the song Celebration by Kool and the Gang. Comes as no surprise, you know, celebrating the 1-year anniversary by Duran Duran. So celebrating the 1-year anniversary of my YouTube channel. And lastly, I wanted to end the song with the second to last song, Thank You for Being a Friend. So the reason I put this song on here is to thank all of my friends, like Crystal, like Kari, like Kendra, Abby, those original Hooters girls. To thank my friends at work, to thank my friend Logan for being a friend, for being such a good and loyal friend to me all these years. And those of you who know me on a personal level, who are my friends, this song is for you guys. And then the last song is We Didn't Start the Fire by Fall Out Boy, which takes an already fantastic song like We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. It takes that same song, except it goes from like the late 90s through present. So if you recall, Billy Joel released We Didn't Start the Fire in 1989. And I believe the song starts out in the early 50s and goes all the way up until 1989. So I think it's really cool that Fall Out Boy made a continuation of that. But enough of my yapping. Let's get this thing opened and set up. But one last look at a historic cassette. Historic because it's still in the shrink wrap. Many people who grew up in the 80s are going to remember this specific image, Maxell. If you grew up in the 80s, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with this commercial. Yes, I have seen this commercial, so I know exactly what this is. So once again, I have the machine calibrated for 90 minutes. I have Dolby noise reduction turned on. And yeah. So if we take a look on the flip side of this, we'll see that it says normal bias. It says great for everyday recording, which it is. It says voice/lectures, all broadcast sources, pre-recorded cassettes, and it's excellent for portable components such as your Walkman, your portable systems like a boombox, and it's great for car stereos. Well, back when car stereos actually had cassettes. So once again, we're taking the music from my computer and putting it on a cassette in the year 2025. So let's go ahead and get this opened and let's start recording. I kind of feel like a producer here because, you know, I have the songs selected digitally, and once I transfer them to this, there is no hitting shuffle. There is no repeat unless I rewind it. So when sequencing what songs I wanted, I was very mindful of the particular sequence in which I wanted them to be in. I wanted to be able to tell a story from the time the tape starts rolling on side A to the time until you eject it and flip it over and play the second side, so that by the time you get done listening to both sides, you will have been taken on a journey. Like it'll tell a story. And that story is the first year of my YouTube channel. So, well, enough yapping. I'm going to get this thing open, calibrate everything, make sure it's going right before we actually start recording. And let's get this party started. All right, so we have now opened the tape. And also, you should never, ever, ever leave your cassettes. Okay, so I'm about to do this for demonstrational purposes only. We did that video of how I maintain my cassettes, or how I maintain this equipment, but I'm gonna do a follow-up video about how to maintain your cassettes. But one of the most exceedingly frustrating problems that I see, and it's a very common problem, is that when people are finished listening to these, or when they think they're finished, rather than rewinding them completely back to the beginning, they look like this. And they leave the magnetic strip exposed. They leave the magnetic strip like this. And this is very, very bad for the cassette. Not only does it leave this brown tape exposed, allowing a magnet or something to come by and swipe it, thus erasing the information on it, but it's also just, it's not good for the tape for it to ever look like this. So what you want to do is you want to put the tape in here and always make sure it is rewound back to the very, very beginning. I know it's a lot of steps, it's a lot of work. So right away, when we start recording, let me put my phone down and show you. So you guys see those two green arrows right there and this clear plastic right here? That clear plastic strip right here, right there. There you can see it says, here you can see it says A, right there. And then right there are the arrows. That is called the leader tape. So what's going to happen is that brown magnetic strip that's inside right here is going to come over. And the moment it starts coming over to this side is when we're going to want to start recording. So let me just practice since it has been a while, and I'll be right back. So to do this requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of time. And yes, I do have a pencil in case it gets eaten by the machine, but the likelihood of that should not be what it would be if I hadn't cleaned it. So let's hit record. Man, I feel so nostalgic right now. I've made so many of these. Let's hit play. Let's hit play and boost the volume in my headphones so I can hear it. And it's not recording initially, not yet. So now that we have it ready and properly calibrated, once again, we want to put Dolby noise reduction on. So we want that green light to be on, and we want to put the input levels at 4. So to do this requires really expert timing. So we're going to hit unpause. Once again, it is recording. And there's the brown tape. And I just unpaused it. So now it is recording. Everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Do 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 do. All those nights when you've got no light. The check is in the mail. And your little angel hung the cat up by its tail. And your third fiance didn't show. Dun 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 doo doo. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Bum 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 bum. And they're always glad you came. Boo boo. Do 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 do. So the music is being recorded from directly off of here and is going directly onto this. And it's going to sound fantastic. But so I do have to be very careful because unfortunately I don't think I have the ability to do this without there being ads in the middle. So it's a very painful process. You have to pause it in between songs so that way it doesn't record the YouTube commercials. But it's very worth it. I'm gonna do that, and because I can't afford to focus on recording on my phone while recording on this, because doing this requires so much attention. See, right here, the song is basically halfway over. So because this requires so much attention, I'm going to put my phone down and then come back after it's recorded side 1. So love you guys. For example, this is what we don't want to record. This is an ad, and I had to pause it. And here's a second ad. There's a second ad right there. we don't want to record that onto the tape. But so what we want to do is we want to still have it paused. And as you can see, the meters are going up right there. But we want to hit skip. We want to hit pause. We want to hit, well, not hit rewind, but we want to take that song back to the beginning. And once again, I'm going to have to put my phone down and continue this process. And I have to do this for every song on here. So as you guys can see, it is very much a labor of love. Soon as I walk through the door, my pockets start to glam. Wanna spend my money on her. Cool like fire. Alright, so that's what it looks like right now. We got 32 minutes. Well, not 32 minutes, but, 32 minutes and counting. So, when recording a mixtape, it's very much, at least for me, it's like a roller coaster. So, you know, you wanna have it ebb and flow, almost like a DJ or something. You know, you want the energy to go from here to here, and then you want it to go boom. You know, so the energy levels go like, it's like a wave that goes up and down. Hope I'll never be left that drives me crazy. Do 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 do. We both know we're better in stereo. Major League. Me, the half that I wanna be, the half that drives me crazy. Fuller House, let's go. I can't record on my phone and record that at the same time. I'm sorry, guys. The milkman, the paperboy, the evening TV. How did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me please, cause this old world is just really confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen, and a grid that knows your tune. A little voice inside of you whispers, kid, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere you go, there's a heart someone to hold on to. Do 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 Alright, so one thing I absolutely love about this stereo receiver, check out these lights here in the corners. This thing is from at least the late 70s, early 80s. I just love how it looks. I mean, it looks fantastic. It looks so cool, guys. I mean, look, you got headphone port, tone, balance, loudness, selector, tuning, and power. I mean, it makes for such a beautiful companion piece to my tape deck here. Doo-doo. So as I'm recording this, you know, with each song that's being recorded onto this cassette, I can't help but just reflect back over the past year and be so incredibly thankful for everything that has happened. Thank you guys so much. Here's another commercial again that we don't want to record. I have it paused. I need another story, something to get off my chest. My life gets kind of boring. I just on the brink, so tell me what you want to hear. So, like, unlike curating a digital playlist, each individual song has to be painstakingly recorded one by one in real time from start to finish. There is no speeding up this process. So this is what it used to be like for all of you out there, much like me, who weren't alive 40 years ago. This is what it was like, you know, when you were recording a mixtape. Very much a labor of love, 100% in every aspect. There's actually 4 minutes and 54 seconds left that I wasn't expecting. So to fill that time, I'm going to go ahead and go to my channel, and actually I'm going to be recording the intro for my channel. Alright, so we are now on side 2, and we are going to start recording with We Are the World for Haiti. I can't record myself recording that at the same time, so I'm going to put the phone down, and then when I'm done recording side 2, I'll let you guys know. Alright, so we are now on side 2, and we are going to start recording with We Are the World for Haiti. I can't record myself recording that at the same time, so I'm going to put the phone down, and then when I'm done recording side 2, I'll let you guys know. Alright, you guys, so couple things. I had to improvise, so not every single song that's on here on the playlist is made it over to the cassette, but that's okay. It's just another reason why this is going to be so unique. Like I said, they have time restraints, and you can only fit so many things per side. But as we finish up recording, it is currently, time-wise, we'll show you guys the time here in a couple of seconds. This is wrapping up. I went ahead and brought the level indicator back down since I didn't want anything else to get recorded on here after the last song. It is currently 11:04 and here we are, officially done recording. So what you want to do after this is you want to eject it, and there are these tabs here, these plastic tabs right here at the top. What you're going to want to do so that way you can't record over this is punch them out. Hang on. Like this. Just like that. Alright, see these two little square pieces right here? That's what I just punched out, so there we have our mixtape. If you've stuck around this long, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed watching today's video on how to record it onto a cassette in 2025. It is not easy, but it's well worth it. Just as a reminder that if you liked what you saw in today's video, please remember to hit like, comment down below your memories of making a mixtape, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.